Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Very quickly, we're going to watch a commercial from the year 2010. It's for a mattress company. It stars Donald Trump. This commercial is full of predictive programming for Donald Trump's announced presidency November 9th, 2016. We're going to watch this commercial. We're going to decode it. We're going to talk further about Donald Trump being announced the 45th president on the 27-year anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. Of course, Donald Trump wants to build a wall between the U.S. and Mexico. Let's watch this commercial, and then we'll decode all that's here. This is amazing. Check this out.
So what do you think of my Trump Home mattress collection by Serta? Finally, the same luxury and comfort I demand in my hotels.
Oh, they'll never count
Notice he's talking to sheep number one. We'll talk about why that's important. Sheep number one, he's going to talk to one more sheep. We'll look at its number as well.
sheep again.
Listen, why don't you come work for me?
What do you have in mind?
Something you were born to do.
Welcome to room 9.
Looking.
So the next sheep he's going to talk to is number 9. He talked to number 1, number 9. We'll talk about what the numbers 1 and 9 have to do with the President of the United States. Notice in the background there's also a number 11. It's going to become more clear. 11/9, November 9th, the date Donald Trump announced as the 45th president, the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, a date that's written 9/11 in most parts of the world. Check this out. Listen to what this sheep down here walking says at the end of this commercial. This is truly a mocking of us. And notice how he was also talking about a job he was born to do. And what have I been educating about? The presidents in the United States, they're not elected, they're selected, they're born and bred to be. And if Donald Trump truly is to be the 45th president, this was a role always destined for him. A man who became a celebrity in 1984, 2017, the year he's set to become president, will mark 33 years since. Reminds me of how George W. Bush graduated from Yale and Skull and Bones, the Masonic Order, in 1968. Then he became president 33 years later in 2001. George W. Bush, part of the Masonic Order, the Freemasons worship 33. George W. Bush, born on a date with 33 numerology, exactly a span of 68 days before September 11th. In 1968, that year, he graduated 33 years prior. Again, that's the year 911 was made the National Emergency Dialing Code. The year World Trade Center construction began in New York. In Gematria, false flag sums to 33. So anyway, major predictive programming. Listen to what this sheep says. Then we'll break down the rest. Check this out.
Good, number 9. Looking good.
Where's your dignity?
Did you hear it? Where's your dignity? Where's your dignity? And isn't that the question we're asking ourselves now as having Donald Trump, the President of the United States? I was 17 years old when George W. Bush was elected, and I felt embarrassed as a human being that that man was the President of my nation. As a youngster, I always thought something was wrong in this world. When George W. Bush became the President, I really knew something was wrong. And then when they told us the lies of September 11th, I really knew something was wrong. Remember, Bush was the last president elected who lost the popular vote. They're reporting now that Trump's won the election but lost the popular vote just like Bush. These two men, both born in 46, just a month apart from each other. Donald Trump was born June 14th, 1946. George W. Bush, July 6th, 1946. So anyway, that commercial, it began with this shot, Trump International Hotel and Tower, as it's written on the front of the building. Look at it in Gematria. In case you're new here, the practice of coding numbers into words. For more than a year and a half, I've been showing how Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton are nothing more than puppets on sticks, creating news by the numbers. Every day their headlines synced up by the numbers. This numbers into words, it's a Jewish practice. You look at who runs Donald Trump's campaign, who runs Hillary's campaign. It is the Zionist Jews for both of them. That's why they're both big friends of Zionist Israel. Gematria, it's a part of Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism. Numbers into words, having spiritual meaning, impact. These people who run our nation, the Zionist Jewish bankers, control our media, banking, entertainment, puppets such as Donald, puppets such as Hillary, they're always doing this. This building in Gematria sums to 148, just like his first book, The Art of the Deal, just like his author name. He writes it Donald J. Trump on his books. Remember his book in 2000, which came out on January 15th? He predicted Osama bin Laden would be blamed for a major terrorist attack involving the World Trade Centers. Nailed that one right on the head, didn't he? It's because it was scripted many years in advance. Donald Trump, part of this gang in the know, part of that club of 68. Did I mention that Donald John Trump in Pythagorean gematria sums to 68, like that year? It's been 48 years since then. Donald Trump alone's 48. Just like the word wall. But anyway, just look. Name of the hotel the commercial's at, 148. Donald Trump in Pythagorean gematria, 48, that 48 sequence. Hollywood, 48, he's an actor. Illuminati, 48. Illuminati is just a fancy word for Zionist Jew banker tyrants running the world like assholes with lies and deception. So anyway, he talked to sheep number 1 and 9. Put those numbers together, you have 19, like POTUS, President of the United States, what POTUS stands for. Again, announced as the president on November 9th, the fall of the Berlin Wall anniversary. Berlin Wall equals 45. He's the 45th president. Also, Serta. Serta equals 63. When you count every number 1 through 63, it sums to 2016, like the year we're in. That commercial was made in 2010, hinting things he's born to be for. 63 was also the year JFK was assassinated. Donald Trump, the night of the election, in the Midtown Hilton Hotel, 47 floors tall, the word president, 47. Again, every president has visited that hotel since the year, or it was opened when JFK was president. Every president since JFK has visited that hotel. JFK was the first, the last to be assassinated. The date of the election, November 8th, it's the day that leaves 53 days left in the year. The word sheep equals 15, so does the word religion. Think about the Bible and all the imagery of sheep. All the words about sheep throughout the Bible, so much sheep. Do you remember the story of Dolly, the cloned sheep? Here was a big wake up for me. This was early in my life. I was in middle school when Dolly happened. Maybe 9th grade, maybe just starting high school. Anyhow, when Dolly happened, I was asking my science teachers, if they can clone a sheep, why can't they clone anything else? Why can't they clone any other animal? Why can't they clone a human? Because they were making the news story seem like they only had the knowledge to clone a sheep at the time. And all my science teachers, they couldn't answer the question. The day they released the news of Dolly the sheep, being cloned, it was the 53rd day of the year. This date of the election was the day that leaves 53 days left in the year. When we got the news about Dolly, it was on the 53rd day of the year, cloning a sheep. Things are going on in this world, that we don't know. We're the people living in the dark, living under all the lies, deception. We don't know all what's out there. What's out there is used to deceive us, to control us. Another point I want to make about the date he was elected, it's a leap year. November 8th is the 313th day of the year in leap years. On the Zapruder film, which shows JFK getting killed, John F. Kennedy again, 63. It's slide 313 that shows the bullet impacting his head with that explosion. You can look this up. It's slide 313. John F. Kennedy, the name he went by, kind of like George W. Bush, John F. Kennedy equals 131. 313, 131. Add those numbers together, it sums to 444, like the word Masonic in English gematria. Zapruder was a 33rd degree Master Mason. Dealey Plaza, where JFK was killed, was a 33rd degree Master Mason. 1122, 11 plus 22, 33. In that commercial, they got the shot of Trump home on the pillow. Trump home, 48. Illuminati, 48. Hollywood, 48. Donald Trump, 48. The word wall, 48. 48 years since 1968. Hold on, before there's something I wrote today that I know I didn't put up here, and you got to know about this in regards to what I just said. Here's an article written today about how Donald Trump is making his Manhattan Trump Tower his fortress until Inauguration Day. And this story comes on November 12th, 2016, date with 39 numerology. Notice how they emphasize the word fortress. Everything in New York is 39. The United Nations there is 39 floors tall. 39, the number of books the Old Testament goes by, the Jewish faith. Fortress 39, New York 39, Empire 39, MSG 39, NY 39, Madison 39 for Madison Square Garden. Made 39 proposals that became the 10 Bill of Rights. UFC 205 is going on in New York tonight. Madison Square Garden, the big way, equals 205. Tickets went on sale for that event September 30th, 30 plus 9, 39. You see how they do this? The date New York established in history, date with 39 numerology, the first governor, George Clinton. George equals 39. Born in 1739 was George Clinton, the vice president to Madison, who made the 39 proposals that became the 10 Bill of Rights. When you write out 10, it sums to 39. Tonight it's Conor McGregor's 10th fight in the UFC in New York. New York, the big way, is 111. His opponent was born on January 11th, and it's been 111 weeks since he lost. Eddie Alvarez. So anyway, just wanted to share that, some more coding. This building is 68 stories tall, Trump Tower, the one he's at in Manhattan. Donald John Trump, his full name, 68. It's been 48 years against in 68. Wall, Donald Trump, wall, fortress. You know? So here's Donald Trump and his wall, elected on the 27-year anniversary of the Berlin Wall. Here's why that's so interesting. Berlin Wall equals 45. So does Holy Bible. Holy Bible concludes with Revelation, the 27th book of the New Testament. The warning signs in that are called trumpets. The trumpets play. Think about Trump Pence ticket, Trump Pence, his VP Mike Pence 45. You know, 27-year anniversary. You know what else was 1948? The year Israel officially became a state. It was recognized as a state on the 333rd day of the year, November 29th, 1947. 3 times 3 times 3 equals 27. 48, it officially became a state. Donald Trump says he's the biggest friend, the biggest ally of Israel ever. He could prove that if he was the president and World War broke out and we went to an even crazier war just to expand Israel and create the world as the Zionist Jews want it. When I did the video the other day about Donald Trump and the wall, somebody commented about Humpty Dumpty. Remember the nursery rhyme Humpty Dumpty? Humpty Dumpty sums to 58. This election was the 58th presidential election in the history of the country. Freemasonry 58, Secret Society 58, Lady Gaga equals 58. The day after the election, she was at Trump's other building, which is 58 stories tall. Humpty Dumpty 58. Remember Humpty Dumpty? Inauguration Day this year will be a date with 58 numerology. Let's see. I thought I copied and pasted this up here. Maybe not. Here we go. Yeah, one of my readers, he commented this. He thought about it more after I made this post. He wrote, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. This is the way the nursery rhyme goes. Trump riding his wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And he's saying he won the election in the fall. For Donald Trump, that's a great fall. He became president of the United States. You know, in the nursery rhyme, you're supposed to get the idea that he fell off the wall. All the king's horses. So here the reader points out, Colts, there's a lot of predictive programming with the Colts. They're 4 and 5 right now, kind of like 45 for 45th president. They're from Indiana, where Mike Pence is from. Mike Pence, 45. Broncos just won the Super Bowl, just visited the White House by the numbers. Invictus, the white horse of Kent, the symbolism of that, recently in Orlando, where Donald Trump went down and said he called for legitimized torture, Donald Trump called for in Orlando, just around the time of the Invictus games, just before the Orlando club shooting. Cleveland Cavaliers, they just visited the White House on the same day as Donald Trump, November 10th. The Cleveland Cavaliers won the NBA Finals. Donald Trump had his GOP convention in Cleveland. That very same day that was happening, the Cleveland Browns were playing in Baltimore on Thursday Night Football. The Ravens were once the Browns. What's going on here, you know? Then he writes, and all the king's men, he's saying that's us, the American public, the unknowing slaves, couldn't put Humpty Dumpty, 58, By the way, 58 United States with the S exception sums to 58. Couldn't put the United States back together again. The Freemasons believe in divide and conquer, order out of chaos. You know, the next video I'm going to do is on the potential, the possibility that something unprecedented happens and they overturn the presidency and give it to Hillary Clinton with the Electoral College on December 19th. There's something very interesting about that date, the date the Electoral College is to vote, cast in their votes. The Electoral College has the right to vote opposite the people. It's happened very few times in history. The most recent time it happened was 2008 in Minnesota. The state voted for 2008 they voted for Barack Obama, but the state cast the votes for John Edwards. 2008 Minnesota. Didn't matter, it was a blowout election. The point is, the way the Electoral College is, that can be done. And if enough states decided to go the way of Hillary Clinton because she won the popular vote, which hasn't happened since Bush, and hasn't happened that many times in history, but you know, maybe they'll say it's unprecedented. There's these protests, it's Donald Trump, he's kind of crazy. You know? And if they do that, it's just going to provoke even more people. That's what they want, though. Divide and conquer. This is what I've been educating on for, well, really since September 11, 2001. They lied to us that day. They made us hate each other. They made us hate certain people, fear certain people, all based on myths, nonsense, deception. So that's the Humpty Dumpty riddle. Here's also the other John F. Kennedy riddle. John F. Kennedy and the Berlin Wall. He went to the side of the wall June 26, 1963, not long before his assassination, and he gave this speech. In Gematria, the name of the speech sums to 156. The number 911 is the 156th prime. Think about how Trump was just announced as the 45th president on November 9th, which can be written 9/11. When you write out 33 as a word, it sums to 156. September 11th, 2001, 33 years after 1968, the construction firm that built the World Trade Centers was called Magnuson Klemenkic Associates. Their name in Gematria sums to 156. Anyway, 33 connecting to 156, the name of the speech, the name Kennedy's 33, from Massachusetts, the Kennedy family, Berlin. I could have wrote up many other things, masonry, secrecy, federal order. 33, special number. Donald Trump about to be a celebrity for 33 years in 2017. You know, this speech came just before JFK's assassination. Think about the wall, Soviet Russia. JFK, I've always thought it was strange, the story about Lee Harvey Oswald, how he came back from Russia. Then you have the Zapruder film, who's a Russian 33rd degree Master Mason. Think about Donald Trump and Russia, Putin, these rumors. You know, again, the hotel he was in. Every president since JFK. JFK was the 44th term president. Trump's going to be the 44th person to be president, the 45th. Obama's number 44, but the 43rd person. JFK was 35. Catholic equals 35. Trump, Catholic, went to the Jesuit school, Fordham in New York. The date of JFK's speech, June 26, 1963, it was a date with 114 numerology. President of the United States equals 114, so does Trump card. Trump elected at the end of the 114th Congress. It was also a date with 33 numerology. Again, 33, we just talked about it. Date with 51 numerology as well. Federal, the big way 51, the small way 33. Conspiracy 51, think about Area 51. Federal conspiracy area. Again, I just did a video on the death of Leonard Cohen, Jewish, part of the gang. Remember, this is Zionist stuff, what we're talking about. Code them by the numbers, Masonic, Jewish, Zionist. In 1988, Trump equals 88, just like purple. That's why Hillary and Bill came out all dressed up in purple. That's why the Ravens won the night Trump was at the White House who wear purple. Maryland equals 88, used to be the Catholic colony. Jesuit, Catholic, Trump a Jesuit, a Freemason. Anyway, this Leonard Cohen song from 88, first we take Manhattan, Then we take Berlin. Donald Trump in Manhattan the night of the election. It's not hard to see. First we take Manhattan, then we take Berlin. That's the way the song goes. In case you missed my last video, I'll link that in the description along with the Cohen. It was on this mocking from Mad TV in 2004. This was supposed to be the debate moderator for the skit between Bush and Kerry debating. Look at the name of the woman. Michelle Ombagondello with the Michelle Obama haircut. 2004, the year Obama became a celebrity with the keynote address. Look at her name in Gematria. 84, like Obama's birthday. 84, like his name in Jewish Gematria. Like United States of America, like Revolutionary War, like the Twilight Zone, like the name Serling, the writer of the Twilight Zone. Like lawyer, Obama the lawyer. Just like the word Jesuit, truth seeker. And again, we're in the time of the first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis. Pope Francis born on a date with 84 numerology. See my video about Pope Francis the Jesuit doing his hidden hand pose, his Masonic pose with his hand tucked inside his jacket. Back before he was Pope. Back when he was Gangster Francis. Now he just talks in that soft little sheepish voice and it fools everyone. Just like Donald Trump when he goes to his little sheep boy voice. Think about how Obama's number 44 again. The divisors of 44, someday 84, number coded all over Obama. Elected 44 years after the Civil Rights Act of 64, Civil Rights 64, Barack Hussein Obama and Pythagorean Gematria 64. 64 number of these Zionists, the synagogue of Satan, Israel. It's not hard to see what's going on. It's not hard to see who's mocking. It's not hard to see that it's done by the numbers, even in mattress commercials. Till next time.